Welcome back to our channel, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't went over to Renegade Media's YouTube channel and smashed that subscribe button, go ahead and smash it right now. So, shout out to the patrons as well. Your boy couldn't come up with a topic whatsoever. So I go over and check out Jay Hand's channel, which I do from time to time, and I see this, right? You know, personally, I don't talk about heavy hitters, right? Because I ain't trying to get got. It ain't. I kind of just stay within certain lanes, but I ain't talking about it. Hector, you're a weaselly ass motherfucker. No, I'm not talking about it. But I'm going to do a reaction video, right? It's going to be good. They're going to compliment each other. Thank you, my boy. I owe you, right? I owe you. I'm going to send all the traffic over there. Go over this, the least I can do, right? I ain't got much to offer. Anyhow, good looking out, man. Good looking out. Everything this guy says is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Right here, you look at this title right here. It says, what it says is, a heavy hitter from Eastside Wilmas facing new charges over Eastside Wilmas gang assault. I've seen this tactic before, man. Well, let me let you dive into this shit. See, and then I'm gonna kind of piggyback off the homie right here.
We got a Mexican Mafia member who's already doing about 17 to life. Pretty much got a life sentence, if you ask me, in the state prison system. And what tripped me out, right, is that normally when they bring up charges on a Mexican Mafia member, it comes with a RICO indictment because they're going to try to show the organized crime from different neighborhoods, different streets, different gangs, how it operates, how they pay their taxes and sell drugs and in the furtherance of the Mexican Mafia. And usually when these dudes are facing these kind of indictments, it gets them transferred to the federal penal system. That's usually when a Mexican Mafia member's name gets involved. But this Mexican Mafia right here, Gabriel Sleepy Garcia from Wilmas, he just getting charged on the basis that they didn't want to ignore any crimes. That no crime that's committed by a street gang that's operated under the umbrella of the Mexican Mafia should go unnoticed. Now, will it affect this individual?
So I can't even joke, right? I don't even want to joke, right? I see the picture. I'm like, I know the severity. I know how serious things are. So right off the top, not every heavy hitter is built the same, right? Some dudes are, I mean, legends within legends, right? Like old school convicts, individuals that have been around, know what time it is, right? You know, and theoretically speaking, in a scenario, right, one could say that one person may or may not have gotten killed with one stab, right? Now that's pretty fucking impressive, right? For somebody to kill somebody with one stab, boom, that lights out. That's a wrap, man. Now, I'm not saying this or saying that, but what I'm saying is if you built like that, man, you got that type of caliber, that type of professionalism. What the hell? I'm just saying, man, ain't nobody trying to tussle, argue, fight, right? You need to get a job done. Some motherfuckers know how to get the job done. With that being said, and no disrespect, with all due respect. So, Jay Hans goes on to talk about RICO indictments, which is the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. RICO is the latest and the greatest. Meaning, you're a state inmate. They're going to get all kinds of charges on you while you're an inmate in the prison. And individuals may or may not be conducting crimes on your behalf out on the streets. Tie it all together, racketeering organization. You're going to the federal prison system now. You're removed from the chessboard. However, this is not a RICO act. They're reaching here. The feds are reaching here. 4 minutes into this, give you a little backstory, piggybacks. The feds are reaching here. There's nothing there, right? They're saying some gang members, you're going to hear what they're reaching for. reaching means they kind of have they don't have any hard, concrete evidence, so they're going to throw shit on the wall and see what sticks.
No, I mean, the dude's already doing life, if you ask me. So it's like, if you're going to hit him hard, hit him hard and hit him where it hurts. But just to throw an additional charge, an additional couple of years on his sentence to try to prevent like his parole board hearing from happening, because, unless you got life without, there's always going to be that possibility that you might get released from prison. So maybe this is their way of saying, he's in the continuance of conducting crime and organizing crime on the streets in the city of Wilmington. So that's probably why they're trying to blame the individual. So it's an assault charge. Pretty much some individuals were bragging about it from his neighborhood, from a Weed Moss gang neighborhood, bragging about jumping some fool and stomping some fool out because...
Right there, just real quick, bragging. When I hear youngsters are bragging, I don't give a fuck if you're wearing green or blue. You know what bragging gets you? Caught in a fucking wreck. And I used to tell these COs, man, don't be texting shit. OIA, Office of Internal Affairs, checks your fucking phone. You don't believe me? Ask people that have been around. Don't put shit on social media. Don't put DMs on social media, right? Oh, Hector, you guys doing shit you weren't supposed to be doing? No, but you know how motherfuckers like to embellish fucking stories. Oh, yeah, I was kicking this fool, this and that. Motherfucker, what you're going to do is bring down everyone, right? And in this case, damn, you had some little gangsters bragging on behalf of somebody else. Oh, no, all bad. All I can say is all bad for those kids. Not a good thing, especially if you're in some type of police report.
That particular individual lost his gun. Lost a particular gun. Maybe he lost a neighborhood gun, lost one of his homies' guns. Either way, some dude got stomped out pretty bad. So what they did was they went after Eastside Weed Moss. And they got about, I think it's a 14-page summary on individuals that they arrested. But obviously they're going to blame Sleepy, saying that, man, he was pretty much the reason why these individuals beat on this individual.
That's what he just said right there is the truth. However, that didn't happen, right? Well, how do you know that didn't happen? How the hell? You cannot control everybody's little moves. They're reaching. They're saying that this heavy hitter called this, or had you have known this. No, absolutely not true, right? Like, you can't. Even me as a lieutenant, I don't know what the hell is going on in the building with my officers. They could be running amok, doing, I don't know, backflips off the tier. How the hell am I supposed to know? I'm not in there 24/7, 365, right? So now this is what I said the feds were reaching.
Plus, they got a certain amount of guns. They said a modest amount of guns, modest amount of narcotics, but got so much wiretaps, phone recordings, cell phone recordings. They were bugging a lot of these individuals' phones, tapping into their phones. And a lot of these individuals are pretty much just talking about, the business they were conducting on behalf of Sleepy. That's why.
Also bad in a way. As far as, come on, man. What it just sounds like, this is what, from a 16-year experienced lieutenant, man. What it sounds like is a bunch of youngsters in over their head, and I keep telling them, right? I keep preaching, doing too much, saying too much, probably putting chile on or hot sauce on the tacos, and just getting people caught up in a wreck. People that they do not want to be getting caught up into a wreck. You do not want to be pissing off the wrong people. You saw what happened when you pissed off CDCR administrators, right? They came with the rainbow patches and got SAYs and put them on Jeep. Well, not them physically. Of course not. That's not their get down. They signed the whip of a pen. Toma, you want to be a 2-5er? 2-5 your ass over here back to Sureño land, motherfucker. You want to be a northern rider? Here's your norteños right there. Anyhow, you know how that goes. That's what it sounds like. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. Let me just listen to this a little bit more.
Got brought up in this indictment. But the only additional charge he's going to get is for this particular assault. So it's conspiracy to commit assault and gang participation.
Conspiracy to commit assault. Not even an assault, right? We used to hit these guys with, not the heavy hitters. We used to hit inmates with conspiracy to commit a staff assault. Conspiracy to commit battery on a peace officer. And legitimately, they would be like, hey, Don't you think if I wanted to stab a fucking cop or beat up a cop, I would have done it? I'm like, well, yeah, you got a point. He does have a good point. He would have done it. Man, I might as well have done it. If I'm going to get charged with conspiracy to get battery on a peace officer, I might as well have, hey, relax, man. Don't do it. Don't do it right now. Wait till committee day. But, like, hey, there's a lot of good information. And,
no indictment, but the gang participation is a trip, right? Because they're basically saying he's in the penal system, that he's part of the commission. I thought the
all right, there is no commission. All right, unless you're a fucking heavy hitter for the whites.
It was a federal thing. I didn't know it was a state thing. I thought it was a federal thing. But they're saying he's part of the state
But that's not Jay Hand's fault. He's just repeating information.
commission, which operates that him and working alongside with other Mexican mafia members, they're going to be dictating and controlling a lot of the streets in the California.
All right, I think we've gotten the. Make sure I hit the record button, and I would have flipped my desk over. I'm already in a pissed off mood, man. My wife went to her fucking family's house for Christmas. I haven't seen her in 3 or 4 fucking days. I'm about to go to Colombia and wild out, believe it or not. Anyhow, back to this whole thing. Basically, you have a very well-known heavy hitter. Not to be messed with, period. Leave it at that. It does not mean that him or any other know what's going on 24/7, 365, are ordering soldiers to commit. Damn, Hector, it sounds like you're standing up for them or you're, what's the word? Like advocating on their behalf. No, I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it neutral. I'm a fair dude, man. I don't ever speak on these topics, but I figure, hey, man, let me call it like I see it. I saw the video. This is how I see it. Now to my story. 12 minutes into this, you got the whole fucking backstory. Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility. I had to have been a lieutenant already. 2017, 2018. Let's say 2018. I'm a lieutenant, hard bar, promoted. Got my buddy. He's a lieutenant. He came from Calapat. He was a Marine. He's from Calexico. Everybody, man, good dude, right? Good dude. I haven't talked to him in a minute. That guy took me under his wing, so shout out to that. He showed me the ropes, shout out to that, right? Motherfucker was just wiping my diaper 24/7. A heavy hitter from Lancaster, or a heavy hitter that was at Lancaster, touches down at RJD, Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility, right? I told you there's an active yard there for those of you guys that are misconceived or misperceptioned. I want to say, was this the first time I seen a heavy hitter? Could have been. Can't recall. Pretty near time frames, I think. Oh, no, it's not. But kind of similar. You know what I'm saying. It was around that time frame, right? They had let him out like in 2015. The dudes had kind of bounced around. And then one landed in Lancaster. Then he touches down in Donovan. Well, I'll be damned if he didn't come to RJD with a rules violation report of 115. That shit was for conspiracy to commit murder. Some weird bogus shit like that, right? It was kind of far out. But I'm saying this in hindsight. Because I'm a new lieutenant, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? And I could probably add some humor. On this. That lieutenant that showed me the ropes, that was experienced, he was the senior hearing officer, the lieutenant that hears the RVR hearings, kind of like a little court proceeding. You look at all the evidence, it's based on preponderance of evidence, not reasonable doubt, meaning more so than not, it's true. So 51% over 50%. 51% is true, you're guilty. So this heavy hitter comes down with the charges of conspiracy to commit murder. And I told you guys these whole conspiracy shit. So we're talking, right? He's prepping the RVR. He's doing his research. He's looking at confidential information. He's reading people that are telling on him or supposedly telling on him, or people that are giving up information to save their own skin. Maybe they run up a drug debt and they're like, oh yeah, well that guy right there, that heavy hitter, he wants to kill everybody. Is it true? Not really. He's just a fucking scared individual piecing up and just throwing information out there to see what sticks and what doesn't. Now you guys are grasping. So I'm like, damn, dude, you're gonna find him guilty or what? Kind of just chopping it up. And he's like, hey, bro, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. And I'm like, well, what do you mean there's nothing here? And he's like, bro, this is a bullshit ass investigation. These fucking Lancaster IGI. I'm putting him on blast, right? He didn't like him, so my homie don't like him. I don't like you either. These fucking Lancaster IGI are scared of these heavy hitters. Every time one of them lands at that prison, they make some shit up. Well, they don't make some shit up. They gather all kinds of bullshit ass information. They put some half-ass paperwork together and they ship them out. They're afraid to have them housed. So this is all information, right? I'm like, oh, damn, is that what's going on? He's like, yeah, look, read this right here. I'm reading. He's like, basically, tweaker number 1 is telling tweaker number 2 that, hey, I heard that this heavy hitter had this guy hit. He's like, the fuck? That's like fourth-hand information. There's nothing there. I'm like, oh, shit. You're right. So I bounce, right? I go do my own shit, drink coffee, and get on Amazon. When I come back, that lieutenant had the RVR hearing with the heavy hitter, right? Pull him into the office, and I guess that he tells him like, a heavy hitter tells him like, hey, just find me guilty. Just find me guilty, man. I already know what you're going to do. You're already going to find me guilty, right? Came in, what do you call it? Robust? Is robust the right word? Came in. Hey, and then the lieutenant tells him like, hey, man, calm down. Like, relax. Like, we're going to look at all the evidence. We're going to go through the motions, the procedure. And he's like, whoa, what? Like, you're going to do this like, right? He's like, yeah, man. Like I said, he was a fair lieutenant, good lieutenant, right? So he's like, look, man. This doesn't add up. This is fucking bullshit right here. Not guilty. And the guy's like, not guilty. Not guilty. So he dismissed the RVR, right? So I come back, I'm like, damn, you dismissed the RVR? You're a fucking bitch, bro. You're a fucking bitch. You're afraid of them. You're a fucking bitch. Man, that's asco. I'm out of here, bro. That's how I added the humor. That's how I had the humor, right? I was just pulling his leg. I wanted to try. He's like, fuck you. There's nothing there. Fuck you. Those fucking IGI at Lancaster Valen Verga. I already know this fool. This fool's name right here. This fool's trash. This fool's garbage. I'm like, relax, bro. You ain't gotta explain shit to me, bro. You're a bitch. You ain't gotta explain y'all spitting. I said, you ain't gotta explain shit to me, bro. Fucking coward, culero, culon, right? But that's how lieutenants bust each other's chops. Anyhow, wow, that was a pretty good one. Pretty good episode. Hopefully I don't manage to get myself killed, right? I ain't trying to go out that way. I mean, I'm going to go out eventually. Just kind of got to watch how I maneuver, right? So then we calm down, right? Motherfucker gets tired of me calling him a culero, right? I get tired of calling him a culero. And I say, you know what, man? You're all right, dude. Like I said, I'm learning the ropes. I said, you're all right, man. You're a fucking fair one through and through, man. That's why I like you. You're a fucking fair one. But yeah, that's just a good, solid example of like, in this situation, from my perception, from my experience, how the hell are they going to charge this dude? Man, no disrespect. He's sitting in a cell probably has other problems on his hands. And you got some fucking kids fucking off out here in the streets, stirring the pot, man, kicking shit, kicking up dust. It ain't gonna end well for them. This is not a game. This is not a fucking game, right? Let me tell you. With that, the message for today is thank you, Renegade Media, man. Without you, there wouldn't have been a fucking video today, man. Gracias, good looking out. But the real message for today is, man, be firm, fair, and consistent, right? Just like they taught us at the academy, in life, be firm, fair, and consistent. I think the reason why I've been successful, when I say successful, the growth on YouTube is because the way I carried myself in the prisons, the way I carried myself out here. Same shit, man. I don't look down upon people. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. And if people deserve a fair fucking shot, let's give them a fair shot. With that, keep pushing forward.